Hi everyone. So today I'm discuss topic is class level properties. Class level properties. So first of all, you know about class level properties. So what is the meaning of the class level properties? Within the class, what are the properties we can define? Those properties are called class level properties. Okay. So generally within the class, how many types of properties we can define? Those are classified into two types actually. First one is static, second one is instance. So instance or new. Okay, so actually static is one memory, new is one more memory in Java. So static memory is created in method area in JVM. Okay, then instance memory is created in heap area in JVM. JVM means Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so at the time of the program execution, JVM allocate the memory for those properties: static memory and new memory. New memory nothing but it's a object memory. Okay, so static is a, we can say, application level memory. Why? Because we can't erase those type of memories. Okay, so till end of the application the values are maintained. Okay, next, new is a object memory. It's the instance memory. Okay, it is created in heap area. So through garbage collection we can erase this memory. Okay, no issue. Okay, then uh, these are the classified into two types: static properties and instance properties. So those are the static properties, and instance properties also is classified into four types. So those are here static properties. These are the four types of properties classified: static variable, static block, static method, and main method. And as well as non-static properties: non-static variable, non-static block, non-static method, and constructor. Okay, so in below I define syntax about static properties. So if you define like this: static into a equal to 10, then a variable is called static variable. And static and open braces and close braces, if you define like this, then this block is called static block. And static void add, so if you define like this, then this block of code is called static method. And main method, publish static void main, everyone you know about this. Okay, so anyhow every property contain static keyword is a common. Okay, so if you define the static keyword, then those properties are called static block. So these are the memory, or these are the properties are started when class is loaded into JVM, because of static memory is allocated in method area. JVM is done by those process. Okay, so static variable memory is created, and as well as static method also it is called. Okay, and here the thing is, actually main method is executed by JVM by default. Yes, so by default it is executed by JVM, but before main method static block is executed. Okay, so within the class more than one static blocks if you define, first static block process, all static blocks are executed by default before main method. Okay, so by default wherever we can define within the class more than one static blocks also we can define, but first all static blocks are executed by default, then only the control flow next move to main method. Okay, that's the reason if you want to execute some logic before main method, then we create static blocks. Okay, so after execution of static blocks process is completed, then only it will move to main method. Okay, so this is the next one is, what about static variable? It's the application level variable. Okay, so application level variable means those are the memories we can't erase. Okay, so the values are maintained at the application level. Okay, and static method, so static method doesn't require to call object. Why? Because it's the static method, so the static methods are calling with the class name. Directly we can call with class name because it's the class level scenarios. Okay, it is the application level properties. Okay, so these are the things about the static properties. Then what about non-static properties? See, this is a syntax about a non-static variable, just int a equal to 12. So these are the properties doesn't contain any static keyword, because of these are the all are non-static properties. Okay, so first one is non-static variable, just int a equal to 12, and next one is just open braces and close braces. This is a block. The block of code is you can define anything. Okay, so this is the called non-static block, and next one is void add. This is a non-static method. Okay, so here non-static variable and non-static methods are calling through object only. Without object we can't call. Those are the properties, because all non-static properties are assigned into object memory. That memory is called new memory, already we discussed. Okay, next, block of code. Non-static blocks are executed when object is created. See, for suppose within the class we can define more than one non-static blocks. Okay, so all non-static blocks are executed by default when object is created. Okay, one object is creation is done, then automatically first non-static, all non-static blocks are executed, completed, then it's created object through constructor. Okay, and next one is constructor. Actually constructor is a big topic, later we discuss about the constructor. So just information is the constructors are executed when object is created. Okay, here non-static block is also there. Okay, but constructor is there. Okay, so here thing is only one point I will discuss about this in this area. So before object creation, non-static blocks are executed by default. Okay, then object creation is started. How to start that object creation? Through constructor. Okay, so how to create that object through constructor we will discuss in constructor overloading topic. Okay, don't worry. But here thing is one point, important point is the non-static blocks are executed when object is created. Okay, all non-static blocks, we can define more than one non-static blocks also within the class. So all non-static blocks are executed by default when object is created. Okay, yes, done. Then constructor. What about constructor? Generally constructors are three types: default constructor, parameter, and non-parameter. So these are the all our information is discussed when we start about constructor overloading is one of the topic is there. On that time we will discuss about the constructor overload scenarios. Okay, okay, nice. Have a nice day.